Being involved in jazz has helped me in many ways in life, period. I became more receptive to ideas that were not popular. I had no idea that flute playing would become therapeutic for me. I carry my flute around everywhere I go because it actually becomes a panacea. It gives me relief, calmness, tranquility.
There are a number of things that make Hubert unique. Probably the most important is his sound, because it really is something that he owns. What comes out of him is not the flute. What you hear is Hubert.
He transforms that sound into a voice, but somehow that sound that he makes immediately captures the listener. It captures me, warms my heart, makes you smile. I mean, he could just as well be singing.
My mother played piano for the local Baptist church choir, and my dad thought he could sing. So we had a lot of music in the family.
He's very generous, but he can also be a pain in the you-know-what, but in a good way. He's very strict when it comes to rehearsals, practice.
I got my first flute while I was in high school, and I went around 2 days without even being able to make a sound off that thing. But once I started, that boy became like an instant marriage.
I really think one of the most important things to understand about Hubert is how well-grounded he was in different kinds of music as growing up, in blues and in R&B and in jazz and in gospel and in church music.
I met Hubert at Juilliard School, but not in regular classes. We met in jam session rooms, like after hours. We'd find these empty rooms, and we began to play together then. And instant friendship, instant musical rapport. It was wonderful.
I subbed at the Met in New York, and then I played with the New York Philharmonic. I began to appreciate something that I took for granted. That is the ability to improvise. Because you can't really write jazz, but you use some themes and then allow the musicians to make it their own.
He's able to combine classical phrasing, almost operatic. It's just singular and beautiful and haunting almost. And then play, just these smoking jazz grooves.
He's able to do things with the flute that you might be able to do with a trombone, slide notes up and down. I mean, that's not possible on the flute. But yet, Hubert's able to do that, bend notes and turn the flute into like an extension of his inner voice.
When we recorded The Rite of Spring, as a result of that, I started exploring other pieces of music that could be used as a background for jazz improvisation. So that's how Romeo and Juliet came about. You bridge the gap right away just by using a theme that's familiar to the general public.
Everything he touched had such a beautiful sound. It's classical music, sort of classical jazz, whatever you want to call it.
Musicians should open their ears to a variety of music. It certainly has helped me. To be involved in classical music, gospel music, Latin music, and when you learn to use it by erasing those boundaries, it can only enhance your life.